Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Tori. Today we're going to be doing a little book haul because I have a stack of books on my bookshelf or next to my bookshelf that I'd really like to put away. So we're going to go through, I have a small stack that we're going to get to, and also at the end I have a box that is part of my husband's birthday gift to me that I am so excited to open, and I haven't opened it just so that I could share it with you guys, and it's been driving me a little bit bonkers. Now the first one what we're going to talk about is also very exciting. So I'm going to put a link up here so that you guys can go check out all of the information on my new book, Cold Silver for Souls, which is coming out on May 27th, which is less than 2 weeks away, and that's just insane. But I received the proof copies of the book this last week or week and a half, and you guys, it looks so good in person, and I cannot tell you the feeling of holding your own book, the first physical copy version of your own book for the first time, never gets old. Like, I've done this so many times at this point and it never gets old. The thrill is so indescribable. I love it so much when you pull it out of the package and you get to see it in an actual book format for the first time. Look at this cover. It is vibrant. It is beautiful. It is a floppy paperback. It is looking beautiful on the inside and the outside, and I could not be more excited about this book coming out. I am so excited to share it with you guys. I'm just over the moon with how it looks and how well it turned out. Down in the description box below, there is a link to my website where you can directly pre-order copies of this book. I ship both in the US and internationally. If you don't see your country, just shoot me a note. And you can get signed copies. You can get a deluxe box with a bunch of extra goodies like an art print of the map and a couple secret things, stickers, bookmarks, etc. And it is also available on Amazon, but if you do want to cut out that middleman, you can directly order from my website down in the description box below. I cannot wait to share this with you guys and to see it drop on everybody's bookshelves in the next few weeks because it's coming up fast and I'm thrilled. So with that out of the way, let's get to the rest of the stack. So I just received Dread Knight from Andrew D. Meredith, a close author friend of mine. This is book 4 in his Collation Saga series, which I have talked a lot about on my channel. It is incredibly deep, layered, and nuanced religion and political themed slow burn classic style fantasy with a very modern writing style. And I have the beautiful Kickstarter hardcover editions of these. However, I like to annotate, as you guys know, and I needed a paperback that I could just write all over and tab and all of that stuff that wasn't my fancy hardcover editions. So Andrew was nice enough to send me this beautiful chunky, this is a hefty book, you guys. We love some chunky fantasy in this house. So Dread Knight is going to be added to my shelves in paperback form so that I have something that I can take notes with. Next up, I actually received an advanced reader copy of this book from an author that I read and absolutely loved last year in a different genre, and that is The Feeding by Anthony Ryan. This is a dystopian, I'm getting kind of like Maze Runner, maybe a little bit of, I don't know, like Y.A. Riddick, maybe? I'm not sure. From this book, it is a dystopian futuristic thriller. As you can see, it's pretty short. I am so excited to read this book. I didn't even know that this genre was one that I had been kind of quietly missing until he reached out to me and asked if I wanted the advanced copy. And I was like, ooh, that just sounds exactly like what I'm looking to read right now. So I am very excited to read this. It comes out on August 26th of 2025, and I will have read it long before then because I really, really want to get to this book. I'm very excited about it. So big thank you to Anthony Ryan for sending me the Arc of the Feeding. Next up is possibly one of the more highly anticipated sequels I've had in the last few years on BookTube. So I read and really enjoyed The Umbral Storm by Alec Hudson, and this was a book that surprised me with how much I enjoyed it. I didn't think I was going to enjoy it nearly as much as I ended up loving it, and it took a little while for book 2 to come out, but it finally did, you guys, and we have The Sanguine Sands by Alec Hudson, book 2 in the Sharded Few. I'm so excited about this. I might have to do a brief skim through of book one, but I actually have retained quite a bit of the story, which for me is really impressive, and I'm really proud of myself. And I'm just really excited to get into book two and see how he's going to expand on all of the awesome parts that I loved of book one and get back with these characters again. And also, can we just talk about this cover? Can we just talk about it? Shout out to the amazingly talented Mansik Yang for this beautiful and incredible front cover. It's really beautiful, and I cannot wait to get to this book. Next up, I caved to the pressure, and I had been kind of eyeing this book. When it first came out, I really didn't notice it all that much, and then I heard that it was a fantasy heist / mystery, which is a genre mashup that I have been so obsessed with this last year, and I want more of it. And then I was talking to my good friend Chaz over at Bookish Chaz, and he loved this book, and he was pitching it to me, and I was like, well, heck, I mean, I just need to go buy it at this point. So I picked up The Tainted Cup by Robert Jackson Bennett. This is, I think the book 2 of this series just came out, and I love the intricate details of this cover so much. I think it's a great example of what a text and like design heavy cover can look like. I love it. I think it's really cool. And I honestly don't know that much about the story itself, only that it's, again, a fantasy heist, that a lot of people have really enjoyed it. And I'm excited to check it out, you guys. And also, this might be officially the floppiest paperback I have ever purchased in my life. Like, I'm just holding it right now, and it's like, here, let me flop for you. I am really excited to get to this book, and I would love to know what you guys think of it if you've read it, because this one just really intrigues me, probably because it's a little bit outside of the norm for fantasy, and I can't wait to dig in. Next up, I added to my Sun Eater collection with The Lesser Devil, which is the novella between books 1 and 2, and I just finished reading book 1 last night, and I will be sharing more of my thoughts on that soon. Really enjoyed it. And this novella follows the story of a side character from the first half of book 1, Empire of Silence. So I'll be reading this next, hopefully very shortly, and I'm really looking forward to this particular character's arc and getting a little bit more inside information to his character. So yeah, I picked up The Lesser Devil because I'm committed to this series, you guys. I'm in for the Sun Eater ride. I've already ordered book 7, and I've only finished book 1. So I'm here for the ride, and this is the next one on the list, so I picked it up. Next up is a random find on Book Outlet. I was ordering a couple of other books, and this one had been kind of in my save for later section for quite a while, and I decided that I just wanted to pull the trigger and get it. And that is The Women of Chateau Lafayette. This is a multi-generational historical fiction about women who live in or occupy a castle in France. And it starts with 1774, which is during the French Revolution, and then it goes all the way up through the generations to the 1940s with World War II. And I love a multi-generational story when it's well done, and this one really piqued my interest. It's in a time period that I haven't read a lot of. It really captured my interest as soon as I was reading the synopsis, and I'm excited to get to it. It is a little bit of a chunk, but I've been missing my historical fiction lately, so I thought this would be a good one to add to my shelves. Next up, I added another small book to my translated works shelf. This is She and Her Cat, which is a collection of short stories by Makoto Shinkai and Naruki Nagakawa. And this one is just, I think it kind of starts with a cat character who's in a cardboard box on a street, and he has no idea what's happening to him, and then, this human face peers down at him and takes him home. And I'm looking for something that's just very cozy, very heartwarming, and this is definitely sounding like that's what it's going to give me. And I want to be reading some more translated Japanese fiction this year, so I'm just adding it to the list. Next up, I added another book to my North Korean memoirs stack over on my shelf, and that is Dear Leader, My Escape from North Korea by Jang Jin-sung. One of the things that kind of separates this from some of the other memoirs that I've read is that Jin-sung is someone who was in the upper echelons or around the upper echelons of the government in North Korea, and even in close proximity to the dictator at some points. So I think it's going to add yet another kind of layer to the memoirs that I've already read. I'm just continuing my read-throughs of as many of these memoirs as I can get my hands on. Next up is my next book club read. So my husband and I are in a book club that we have been doing with two of our friends from college for the last 13, 14 years. One of us will pick a book, a movie, and then a musical album for all of us to read, watch, and listen to, and then we get together and discuss it. And this next round is my friend Grunky's pick, and he went with Isaac's Storm by Eric Larson. This is a literary fiction about a man who gets caught in a hurricane, and that's literally all I know about it. I believe it's in the early 1900s. Yes, it's an early 1900s setting, and I'm just really curious. This is something that I would never have picked up on my own, but it sounds really intriguing, and that's one of the things I love about being in a book club, is that I'm introduced to a lot of books I wouldn't normally pick up. Next up, I picked up Guard in the Garden by Z.S. Diamante, and this is a book that came out fairly recently, and it's kind of a cozy fantasy that follows a main character who's a veteran with some mental illness, PTSD struggles, and his journey to kind of find life and joy again. And I can't wait to read this. I have heard amazing things about it from other friends of mine that have read it. My son has even read it before me because he is devouring everything that Z.S. Diamante has written so far. He loves his work. And I'm really excited to read this. I think this is going to be a really heartwarming, beautiful story, and I'm looking forward to it. Next up, I was at a small used bookstore with my son. We went out on a little bookstore shopping date, and he got a couple of books, and I found another Jeff Shara novel that I didn't have yet. Jeff Shara is a historical fiction writer who focuses on the wars that America has taken part in, from the Civil War to the Korean War to the World Wars, basically everything through. And this one is called The Smoke at Dawn, and this one takes place, I believe, more towards the latter part of the Civil War, the middle to latter part of the Civil War, and fits in between the books of his that I already have. So picked this one up at a used bookstore. It was really cheap, and I couldn't say no because I really am excited to get through my pile now of Jeff Shara books. Next up, I bought The Color of Magic and Men-at-Arms by Terry Pratchett. I really debated back and forth because I have a lot of Discworld books in mass market paperback, and I'm just getting to a point where trying to read those is too hard on my hands, and so I've been slowly replacing my mass market paperback copies with the newer trade paperbacks of the books. Men-at-Arms is my favorite Discworld novel yet. It is the second book in the City Watch series, which I highly recommend if you're looking for a place to start with Terry Pratchett. Guards is book one. It's fantastic. Great entry point. And then The Color of Magic is the original Discworld book. This is book number one if you're reading them in chronological order, or publication order, I should say. So, slowly replacing my mass market paperbacks with the trades. I will be selling my mass market paperbacks on my Pango account, so I'm technically not adding these to my collection, they're just replacing a different format. Alright, next I picked up Alcatraz versus the Evil Librarians by Brandon Sanderson. I picked this up because I am constantly looking for new books for my son, who is almost 13 and reading voraciously. Like, I cannot give him books fast enough. You guys think I read fast? My son is just like off to the races. It's crazy. He loves to read. I figured too that this was enough removed from the Cosmere that I'm not feeling burned out on Sanderson in this direction. So I do want to check this out, and I'm intrigued by the premise, and we will see what we think of it, and I'm excited to hand it also to my son to read. Next up, I bought The Devotion of Suspect X by Keigo Higashino. I have been loving Higashino's work this last few months. I've read 2 of his books already and liked them so much that I've picked up a bunch more of his books, and I'm hoping that we get some more books translated by him soon, but there are quite a few in his Detective Galileo series, and the 2 I have read are from his Detective Kaga series. So this is a different series than the 2 that I've already read, but I've heard a lot of people say that this one is actually even better than his Detective Kaga books, which is super exciting for me because I liked those. So I picked up The Devotion of Suspect X, and I cannot wait to read more of Higashino. Last but not least on the stack, we have this beautiful hardcover edition of The Land of the Living and the Dead by Shauna Lawless. This is book 3 in her Gale Song trilogy, which is a historical fantasy about Ireland and kind of some military/political conflicts that have a backdrop to the fight between some magical ancient families. And I read book 1 in March and really enjoyed it. Book 2 is unfortunately really hard to find in hardback now, which is frustrating because they're expensive now because they're out of print. But I was able to find this hardcover edition of book 3, so at least I have 2 that match. But I am very excited to continue this trilogy because Shauna does such a good job with atmosphere and just very effortless character arcs. She's very good at making the story engaging and effortless to read, and I really enjoyed that about the book 1. All right, you guys, this is the part I've been waiting for. So, I got a box that contains my husband's birthday gift to me, and I am so freaking excited about this, you guys, because I have been wanting to get this set of editions pretty much since I started reading the series and falling in love with it. And that is the City Watch series by Terry Pratchett, which, as you guys know, I have absolutely fallen head over heels with this last year. And if you go to the Discworld Emporium, which is the official Discworld merch and book website, I've heard that it's quite an experience getting these books from them, and I really, really wanted to get the beautiful set of hardcover special editions from them. And there are Ankh-Morpork stickers and stamps all over this box, which is amazing. And I'm so excited. This kind of goes along with, and I'll talk about this more in a future video, but I've kind of moved from adding to my library now to wanting to curate my library. I want to fill these shelves with books that I love, and I want to invest in series that I have already read and loved as much or more as I'm investing in new books to fill the shelves. So I'm so excited. Huge thank you to my husband, Ben, because this was such a sweet and amazing birthday gift. I'm gonna see if I can. Okay, all right, let's see. So we have, thank you for your esteemed patronage and general excellence from the Discworld Emporium. I love this series so much. So the first part of this isn't a book. It is actually my official Ankh-Morpork City Watch t-shirt, which I'm as excited about as the books, if I'm being totally honest. This looks so good. I'm so excited. Look at this, you guys. Ah, I love it. You can't see my face. I'm trying to get everything on camera. So I'm so excited about that. You will definitely be seeing me wear that in future videos. Oh my gosh, these are so beautiful. Guards. These are just so pretty, you guys. Oh my gosh. They're so beautiful. I cannot wait to put these on my shelves. You can get individual books from Discworld Emporium, and you can also get series sets. So like I bought the entire City Watch collection of 8 books. You can also get The Witches, you can also get the Rincewind series and some of the other ones. And then you can also buy the individual books as well. Men at Arms, which is my current favorite Discworld book. They also have little bookmarks, some of them. I'm not sure. I thought I heard something about them changing the design so that some of them don't actually have bookmarks anymore, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But some of them do at least. Yes. They are gonna look so good on a shelf. I cannot wait. Okay. Feet of Clay. Gorgeous. That one also has a bookmark. I can't remember if I heard that they were adding or taking away a bookmark. I don't know. Well, I can't. I'm so excited. Jingo. And then, oh, they're slightly out of order now. Okay. Then we have Thud, which is chunkier than I thought it was going to be. Thud. And then Snuff, which is the last book in the series. And then The Fifth Elephant, which is currently my second favorite Discworld book so far. These are so pretty. And then last but not least is the book that I am currently reading or listening to. Night Watch, book 6. So I am honestly over the moon about these, you guys. I cannot wait to find a good spot for them on my shelves. Look at that. They're so pretty. I don't know if I can get them all in the shot. There they are. They're so pretty. They're gonna look absolutely incredible. There we go. They're gonna look absolutely incredible on the shelf together. And I really love that I'm getting to an era of my library now where I'm starting to feel like, what do I want my shelves to look like? What series do I want to feature? What books do I want to invest the money in? Like, this series is 100% worth the investment for me. And I'm so excited. Thank you for hanging out with me while I share my newest acquisitions. And I don't know that I'm ever going to put these books down. So I'll see you in the next video, probably still sitting here, still holding these books, because I love them. So yeah, I hope you're having a great week. I hope that you are reading some 5-star reads and just loving reading. And I will see you in the next video.